Scouts, attention, audience attention. If you're not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard, attention. Audience, please rise. Scout salute. If you're not in uniform, please place your right hand over your heart. Color guard, advance. Color guard, halt. Please cross the colors.
They came in from the wrong side. American flag should be over here, you guys.
Cross again.
Yep, cross again. That's all right.
Sarah. Please post the flag of Pack170. Color guard, please prepare to present the colors. Color guard, present the colors. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Color guard, salute. 2. Color guard, rejoin your groups. Color guard, dismissed. Scout at ease. Please join me in the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, and loyal, and reverent. 2. A Scout is trustworthy, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, loyal, and reverent.
Good job.
Announcements.
So please do take pictures. We encourage it. So if you get any good pictures, please send them in. Can you hear me now? There we go. All right. So welcome to the Pack's 27th year. So we've been around 27 years. That's pretty amazing if you think about it. Right? That's a long time that we've been holding this together. So this year we'll be celebrating the Pack's founding as well as the crossover. of 14 Cub Scouts to BSA. As part of our pack celebration, we are honored to have a cultural program from the Great Promise for American Indians. Prior to that, we will have the invocation from our PAX chaplain, Rob Matheson. Rob.
Coming up right over here.
Please present yourself in whatever manner is you prefer for a moment of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, help to keep my honor bright and teach me that integrity of character is my most priceless possession. Grant that I may do my best today and strive to do even better tomorrow. Teach me that duty is a friend and not an enemy, and help me face even the most disagreeable task cheerfully. Give me the faith to understand my purpose in life, open my mind to the truth, and fill my heart with love. I am thankful for all the blessings you have bestowed upon my country. Help me to do my duty to my country and to know that a good nation must be made from good people. Help me to remember my obligation to obey the Scout Law and give me understanding so that it is more than mere words. May I never tire of the joy of helping other people or look the other way when someone is in need. You have given me the gift of a body. Make me wise enough to keep it healthy, that I might serve better. You are the source of all wisdom. Help me to have an alert mind, teach me to think, and help me to learn discipline. In all that I do, and in every challenge I face, help me to know the difference between right and wrong, and lead me in obedience on a straight path to a worthy goal. Amen.
Thank you, Rob. Would you please present your ceremony?
Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Would you like to use the mic? Yeah, that would help. Doesn't have a long cord, but
Okay, that's better. All right, thank you for having us out here today. We are Great Promise for American Indians, and I'm going to talk just a little bit about what you're going to see today. We have more dancers that are getting ready, and they're going to make their way down here. But our organization is located in Austin. We're a nonprofit organization, and we're best known for one really large event called the Austin Powwow. And just show of hands, have any of you been to the Austin Powwow? Okay, good. That's a pretty good percentage. But we always like to spread the word and let everybody know that this beautiful event takes place first weekend in November at the Travis County Expo Center. And you would literally see hundreds of dancers like you're going to see here today. And let's see, dancers from all over the country, thousands of spectators, food, entertainment. It really is a very unique and beautiful cultural event that we have every year in Austin. So I'd like to encourage you to go to austinpowwow.net, and you'll find more information. So what are we going to be doing for you today? We're going to be doing some very traditional and meaningful dances. A lot of times people ask me, are they religious? And the answer is probably not in that sense. No, they're not. But they do come from a long history, and they represent what I would call a warrior spirit. So they're very spiritual in nature, and they also represent deep traditions that Native American people have had. A lot of tribes had a little bit different traditions, and you could go across the country and see literally hundreds of different styles of dance. But the dance that you see at the powwow today is they're exciting, they're fun to watch, they still carry lots of meaning, and so they're very popular. So spectators come out and watch powwows and enjoy themselves. It's okay if you take pictures today, that's not a problem. And in fact, I believe when we're done, we might have a group photo op afterwards with our dancers. But I would say the origins of this type of dance and songs that you're going to hear actually developed with what was called warrior societies. So if you put yourself way back in time, long time ago, life was probably not as, maybe I would say, easy or as sure as it is today. You know, you weren't sure you were always going to be able to eat. You weren't sure you're always going to be able to be safe. You had to be on constant vigilance to keep your tribe, your people protected, and the things of daily life done. So those warrior societies, that's really what that was all about. They provided order. You had songs, dances, and ceremonies that were done. They weren't for the public. They were for the tribe, and they really represented order. Everyone had responsibilities. People would belong to these societies, maybe from the time they were children until they were adults, and so it was really a center of tribal life. And so today, you'll see veterans honored. You'll see these songs and dances really respected because they represented so much from a long time ago. And even today, they carry the culture forward. And you'll see what I mean here pretty soon. I see some of our dancers coming down. I'd like to have them come on, make their way down. I believe we'll start out with a dance, and then I'll turn the time over to Nan, who's making her way down here, our programs director. So what we're going to show you is different styles of dance. Now, when you go to the powwow, I think a lot of people kind of envision something that's kind of unorganized, haphazard. From the movies, you kind of get that sense. There's a lot of whooping and hollering, right? But that's really like the complete opposite. So the powwow and all these dances are very disciplined. The songs you're going to hear have specific patterns. A dancer studies those patterns. They know the songs. The dance styles, there's certain things that they wear. And so when a person decides to be a dancer at the powwow, they choose a style. And Nan will tell you about those in a little more detail as we show them to you. But so there's a lot of knowledge. These dancers, they start when they're really young. You're going to see some very young dancers, at least one today. And they grow up with it. So this is just something that they do, they enjoy it. It's a true art form. And the knowledge it takes is really quite great, especially for the singing. So I'm going to turn it over. This is Nan Blassingame. She's Southern Cheyenne, and she is our programs director, and I'm going to let her continue.
No dances yet. Just we'll start at the dances.
Thank you. As he said, my name is Nan Blassingame. I'm the program director for Great Promise for American Indians. And I am Cheyenne from Oklahoma. I'll have my dancers come on down here, you guys. If y'all want to go wait in the shade, that would be good. We're going to get started with our dancing. We're going to have our men's grass dancer come out here. This dance style comes from the Northern Plains. It is they were a society of dancers that came out before the powwow. And, the tall prairie grass, they were the ones who came out and patted it down and made us a nice big circle to dance in days before the powwow even started. So we're going to have, you can see his outfit has like the long flowy that represents the prairie grass and all the designs that is more contemporary of the modern day style that we do. So we'll have Clayton here show you the men's grass dance.
Hey,
Thank you. The dancers love the applause, let me tell you. It is a competition nowadays at powwows and such. So it started long before with our dancing at the camps and such. The dress that I'm wearing is a Southern Cheyenne buckskin dress. We never let anything go to waste. So this was the leather that, from the animals and such that we made our dresses out of a long time ago. And we'll have Teresa come out here. She is wearing a Chickasaw style dress from the Chickasaw tribe. So you can see the similarities, but not, similarities. We both wear our shawls draped over our arm. And this is we'll show you, this is the oldest style of dance that we had, a very graceful, just, soft bounce walk. That was our style of dance. Thank you. I've been teaching on Zoom a dance class, so I know one of your members here have joined my class, so now they get to see, what it actually looks like to be in the outfit to dance. Next, we're going to have some more contemporary dancers, some jingle dress and fancy shawl. So as time passed on, we wore our shawls over our arms. In about the late 50s, 60s, the ladies wanted to get a little fancier, and that's where the fancy shawl came from. They draped it over their shoulders and spun around and put fancy designs on there. Just wanted to be a little more upbeat. That's the newest style of dance that we have. The ladies' jingle dress is about 100 years old. It's a medicine dress. It came to this man in a dream and a vision. His daughter, she was very ill, and he kept dreaming about this dress, that if he made this dress, she would be healed from her illness. So he made these dresses, and it's considered the medicine dress. It comes from the Ojibwe tribes up in the Great Lakes area. Thank you. So we will let the jingle and fancy shawl show you their dance style. first started in the Wild West days. This is the men's fancy dance. It's fancy. It's named fancy because they do get fancy. It started in the Wild West days with Wild Bill. He would take the Native Americans to showcase their style of dance at his Wild West shows. Well, it became more competitive to see who was a better dancer, getting faster. That's where the competition started. Was back in the Wild West days. So this dance came out of Oklahoma. It is called the men's fancy dance. Junior, we'll let Junior show you why it's called fancy. One of the things about the powwow dancing, this is just a few categories. If you ever come out to any of the local powwows, Austin is home of the largest one-day powwow. It's always the first Saturday in November. You will see hundreds of dancers. I mean, just hearing all the jingle dress dancers together, it sounds like rain. It's just a beautiful sight. We have lots of arts and craft vendors that sell, beadwork and such. And it's just a sight to see, and this is just a small scale of what you would see at a powwow. And we love to do this. We love to come out and educate everybody. One of the things you notice in the competition, we have to stop right when the song stops. We don't get to pick what song the drum is going to sing. We just have to be ready and stop. It's kind of like the freeze dance. You have to stop right when the music stops. So that's one of the things we're judged on in a competition. And there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of songs. You just have to be ready. And that's why we start the kids at a really young age. We start them just to, get to know the sound of the drum, the dancing, and they'll know when to stop. It just begins to come natural for them. And I know that today was Brandon's first time dancing with us. It's his first time dancing, I think. So we just put a little outfit on him, just so he gets to get familiar with the drum, and they learn to listen. They'll learn to listen to the beat of the drum. So when you come to the powwows, there's a time when the audience can come out and dance with you. Anyone can come out and dance. So we're gonna do one of those songs. It's very simple, and we'll do the best. Maybe like 5 or 6 dancers. If you want to, we'll keep it. Just the AOL Scouts. Okay, just those. If any of you want to come out, you can come on out and we'll make sure to stay at a distance.
Run up, get in.
We're gonna make this the center. We're gonna make a big circle coming out around this so we can see how that fits. And it's very simple.
Stay right there, Maya.
We'll have Clayton show you once we get our circle made.
Big circle.
Right out here. Come this way. We gotta make a big circle.
I hope so.
You can get some dancers in between here and there. Okay, we're gonna go right through here where you're at so that we keep it a big circle. See how much space there is between you and the person next to you? Try to keep that space. So what we're gonna be doing is everyone's gonna be dancing to your left. Raise your left hand. And Clayton is gonna show you the dance steps. We're gonna have Clayton show you. Simple, just like that. Left foot first, left together, left together. So it's your left foot and then you bring your right foot to your left foot. Left together. So here we go, and we're gonna make sure you stop on time, okay? We're gonna judge you. I'm just kidding, we're not gonna do that. So here we go. Good job, thank you. You guys can return to your seats now.
I didn't have to say no. No, I didn't. Don't touch. All by myself?
Some of the kids always, we do a lot of these performances in schools and such, and they, want to know why we dance this, which, each style. We like to explain to them, it's like sports, you pick soccer, you pick baseball, basketball. That's kind of how we pick, what style of dance we want to do. The buckskin, the jingle dress, the men's fancy, grass dance. So that's just one of the things that the kids always ask of us. Why are you dancing this and not that? And yeah, so that's how we pick. It's just like a sport. You pick your favorite sport. So it is. I mean, I've seen some of our dancers. It is tiring, and imagine wearing all the outfits. It gets really heavy, and yes, it gets heavy, and we're sometimes like the Austin powwow. It starts at 12 noon, and it doesn't end till like 10 p.m. So you're in your outfit all day long. So we is there another song you want to do, or?
About the drum, maybe.
And another thing I always forget, and it is the most important part, is the drum. Without the drum, we wouldn't have our culture, our dances. They would be lost. So it is like the heartbeat of the circle. It's very important. We consider it as, the grandfather. He's the grandfather drum. He keeps all the songs, all the music, and that is the most important part about our dancing. If we don't have any music, it wouldn't be any fun and our culture would be lost. So that was one. Thank you to Cody and Robert for singing for us today. And I think we're going to finish out with a crow hop. And then we can line up. And if y'all want to take pictures with us, we will stand here and let everyone get a group picture. Thank you.
I learned it.
All right, what'd you think about that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh? The Scouts have a long history of celebrating and incorporating Native American culture, and I'm very happy to see that we're keeping that alive. 'Cause it truly is a culture that needs to be kept around. Is that better? All right. Eat the thing. All right. So thank you for your attention in our outdoor program for the Great Promise for American Indian members. We appreciate their sharing of their heritage with us in celebration of our Pack founding. Will all the Arrow of Light boys and girls of Den of Pack170 please come to the front of the amphitheater with their Den leaders? Please note we have one Arrow of Light scout joining us remotely. If you see us talking into a phone, that is why. We want to make sure that we are including Kira and her family. Our Arrow of Light Cub Scouts have achieved many great things and have been on many awesome adventures, from the USS Lexington to NASA to finally earning their polar bear patch. They have learned and earned things that they have never thought were possible. Their den leaders will now acknowledge their path to the Arrow of Light Award.
As part of our pack crossover today, we will now be, Mr. Ron and I will be giving out the final advancements that our Arrow of Light Scouts have earned over the last couple of weeks. So first, James Orbach, Building a Better World, Outdoor Adventure, Scouting Adventure, and Maestro. Matthewson, Duty to God in Action, Outdoor Adventure, Scouting Adventure, and Maestro.
Anthony Emmert, Arrow of Light Adventure, Outdoor Adventurer, Scouting Adventure, Wevo's Maestro. Daniel Smith, Outdoor Adventurer, Scouting Adventurer, and Maestro. Levi Wickstrom, Outdoor Adventurer, Scouting Adventure, and Maestro. Jamison Bozeman, Scouting Adventurer, and Maestro. Trish, Scouting Adventure, Alex. Scouting Adventure, Protect Yourself Rules Adventure, Maestro, and the World Conservation Award, and the International Spirit Award. And then Charlie Palm, Aware and Care, Maestro, Movie Making, Project Family, Castaway, and that's it.
All right, AOL girls. Asia Smith, 1 year service star. Arrow of Light Adventure, Duty to God, Out of This World, Youth Religious Knot Emblem, International Spirit Award. Sarah Mullins, Arrow of Light Adventure, Building a Better World, Duty to God in Action, Outdoor Adventurer, Scouting Adventurer, Weebelow's Adventure, Duty to God and You. Alexis Asana, Arrow of Light Adventure, Building a Better World. And joining us virtually, Kira Phillips, Arrow of Light Adventure, Duty to God in Action, and Outdoor Adventurer. Woo! There you go, Kira. Delilah Putnam, Arrow of Light Adventure, Duty to God in Action, and Outdoor Adventurer. And Miss Elizabeth Palm, Arrow of Light Adventure, Duty to God in Action, Outdoor Adventurer. Webelo's AOL elective, Engineer, Into the Wild, Into the Woods, Looking Back, Looking Forward, Movie Making, Project Family, and Castaway. There you go.
Parents of Arrow of Light Scouts, please join us standing behind your scout.
Spread out just a little bit more to allow two people behind you. Let your dad hold her. No, let Carlos hold her.
As a Cub Scout, you have been guided through the Cub Scout Trail with help from many caring adults and your den leaders. Soon, when you become a member of Scouts BSA Troop, you will find that while there are many people willing to help you, you take on more and more responsibility for blazing your own trail to Eagle. Jameson Bozeman, Anthony Emmert, Robert Matheson, James Orbach, Charles Palm, Alex Reich, Daniel Smith, Levi Wickstrom, Sarah Mullins, Alexis Hassana, Elizabeth Palm, Kira Phillips, Lila Putnam, there we go, and Asia Smith. You have been called before the pack because you have satisfied the requirements for Cub Scouting's highest ranks, the Arrow of Light. The first band of color is to remind you of the lessons you learned as a Cub Scout. Blue represents the spirit of Cub Scouting, the spirit of giving goodwill and doing your best. Do you promise to fulfill the Scout promise and the Cub Scout motto, do your best, when you receive the Arrow of Light badge? AOL Scouts have faithfully promised always to keep the spirit of Cub Scouting. As their parents do, you always promise to continue to help your scout through the future scouting adventures.
We do.
The second band of color, white, represents the Scout Law. Youth and adult leaders will cheerfully show you the skills you need, but it will be up to you to live up to the 12 points of the Scout Law. Daily, you will be faced with decisions, and at times the trail will seem most difficult to follow. Make your choices by always remembering the Scout Law. In all, do you promise to be forever trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent? The third band of color, yellow, stands for the Arrow of Light. Its shaft is straight and narrow, just as it is the path that scouts should follow throughout their life. Its tip points the way to success in all that you do. It is pointing to the right, a symbol that nothing should be left undone. If it is within your power to do so, see that it is done. And lastly, This is the symbol of the 7 rays of the sun, one for each day of the week. This is to remind you that every day is a new day, a day to do your best in everything. A day to honor your God and country and to do your good turn. A new chance to follow the Scout law and to remember these words, on my honor. Each Scout has blazed their own trail toward the arrow of light, and now the arrow of light will help them remember their promise to keep the spirit of Cub Scouting alive. Do you promise to let the light shine forth from you, to set an example for others, to follow in your footsteps, to set your eye on the eagle and never waver?
We do. We do.
Then I have the distinct honor to say to you, you are now full-fledged Arrow of Light holders. We will pass out the physical Arrow of Light arrows inside when we reconvene. Next, we ask the AOL Scouts to pin upon their parents or other caring adults. You may wear the awards on your Scout uniforms, centered below the left shirt pocket. It is a great honor for me to greet you and as a recipient of the Arrow of Light.
I'm so happy. It'll be great. Got it? All right.
We'll give Polly some shade. Polly needs some shade.
Not too bad. And I haven't really started on work on it. Oh, are we still Oh, he wants it back over.
The last candle and the last band color is green. It symbolizes the beginning of your path towards Eagle as the Scouts BSA member. Prepare yourselves to no longer be known as an Arrow of Light Scout, but now as a Scout BSA. Your den leader will now lead you to the bridge that connects Cub Scouting with Scouts BSA. As your name is called, cross over the bridge where your new Scouts BSA troop will be waiting to welcome you and present you with the gifts from them to you. Scouts BSA Troop 16 and 91. Parents, you can please be seated.
You guys will be over here, and the Scouts will start from over there. It looks like somebody lost their already. All right.
Does he need money to cross the bridge?
Yeah, you're probably right. Well,
Troop 16 to 91, are you ready? Troop 16 and 91 will receive Elizabeth Palm. Asia Smith. Delilah Putnam. Gary Phillips. Jamison Bozeman. Anthony Emmerich. Charles Palm, and Daniel Smith.
Is that yours? Yes. I got one. Okay. And this. Okay?
Scouts BSA Troop 258 and 358. Are you ready? Scouts BSA Troop 258 and 358 will be receiving Levi Wickstrom, Robert Matheson, Alex Reich, closer every time, James Orbach, Sarah Mullins, Alexis Osana. Thank you to the Scouts BSA Troop 16, 91, 258, 358 for guiding these Scouts on their next journey. We know that we will see great things from them in the future. We want to acknowledge our special guests who are able to share in our celebration of the Pack and our Arrow of Light Scouts. Thank you for attending and supporting them throughout the years. Each of you have provided support throughout the Cub Scout years in specific ways, and it's meaningful for them to have you here to help them celebrate. Honored guests, parents, and Scouts, please proceed into the dining hall to your assigned table for the next portion of the program. While you're eating, please give your attention to our speakers as they share their time in Pack170, and we honor our Arrow of Light Scouts. Please find your table and be seated.
Yeah.
I got some.
Well, you get a special ceremony, son.
Don't worry, I might order the arrow ceremony. I just forgotten to.
There we go. We get a special video.
This is sick. I love it in my body.
Well, we put it on
over here.
Depends on how this is.
Go sit next to your uncle so I can take pictures. So how was the night?
Congratulations.
Hey, hey, hey.
Anthony.
Oh, I love it. This is super cool.
Okay,
It's super cool. You guys ready? Yep. Okay, let's go.
you have something on your chest. Like a necklace. No, I cut myself. I doubt they have gluten-free food anyway, so oh, true.
No, we're table 13 though. No, like they have like
Whoever's quiet, I need someone to grab that.
Do I grab this? Moist.
You take that aside?
Oh, you forgot your phone. Someone should grab their Fox too.
All the little magnifying stars. I think he had a brown tooth. I know he had a black one on. He had all these things. He was like 4 or 5 years old.
All right, let's go.
I bet I could stuff Lucy into you.
Now you gotta go on the side.
Keep stepping on it. Thank you, sir.
And Pete.
Oh, hey. Hey, girls. We are crashing your table.
Sophie. Yes. Do you want to come sit with me and Ashley?
fashion, we're actually ahead of schedule. So the food is going to be about 20 minutes. So if you want to get your drinks, there's also a photo booth set up outside. So we have scouts and work over here. If you want to mingle, get your drinks squared away, take some photos. It'll be about 20 minutes before we start setting the tables. Thank you. All right, can you hear me now? All right, so those that could not hear me, food's about 20 minutes out, so get drinks, get comfortable. Outside there is a photo booth to take pictures, and we have the bling walls over here, so just get your drinks ready, take some photos, and hang out for about 20 minutes.
tough shot, James. Table 6 now. Table 7, please line up. Table 8, please line up. Table 9, please line up.
We're only. Last city name of tables, yeah. 15 to 3. Thank you.
Table 10. I hope everybody's enjoying their meal that has gotten it. We'll get everybody else into the line as soon as we can. We've got some very interesting displays over here from our Aero Lights, kind of ragboards, but stout bragging. just all the cool stuff that they've done in their scouting journey so far. We invite you to take a look. Table 11. Remember to keep your social distance while you're in line. We're going to go a little bit out of order because we have some young kids in small groups, so we're going to do tables 15, 16, and 17. Small enough groups, they can go together. 15, 16, and 17. Your turn. Table 12, the ever patient table 12, it is now your turn. Table 13. Table 13, your turn has finally come. although you're eating after table 12, they had the harder time because they were right next to the food the whole time, waiting to hear their number.
Table 14.
Table 14, you are up. If there is anybody who has not had a chance to get their food yet, now is the time to do that. Table 14 should have been our last table. If you missed somebody, you can go ahead and join the line. Make sure to follow social distancing guidelines.
Just checking. You're welcome.
Do we have any adult leaders that are through eating for 170? We have a whole slew of scouts outside. And we're ready to get started. Scouts, and please listen to me. The programming you saw here today, along with the programming that our Scouts experience in our council and throughout their careers, from camping on council property to the tending on camps on other council properties, to the Nova STEM program, to the summer and winter camp, We Below the Extreme, and for some of the national youth leadership training, along with unit leader training, and ultimately Wood Badge, and paid staff to assist all of us volunteers in delivering the best program we can to our Cub Scouts and our Scouts BSA members. All the funds, Pack170 has been really lucky to have a good fundraising record throughout the popcorn and Friends of Scouting donations. Tim Packle will now join us for the presentation on our Friends of Scouting. Thank you.
Mr. Nick, can we put on the presentation, please? All right, so how's everybody doing? Everybody should have their food now. How's the food? Good?
Awesome!
So as Cupmaster Dylan said, the programming that we have here in our pack comes from fundraising efforts that we do, in particular popcorn. This pack does very well with popcorn sales, and it helps to fundraise. And of course, we all pay dues, right? So yes, thank you. I've got a magic wand here. Let me get my magic wand on. Too many pockets in these things. Ah, there you go. Magic wand right here. Turn on.
It's a magic wand. Yes, it is. It's a remote. It's a modern wand.
Good.
It's a modern wand.
This, but it's magic.
It's a modern.
What is magic but technology that we just don't yet understand? Okay, so what is Friends of Scouting? Friends of Scouting is a program to raise funds for the Capital Area Council, that, which consists of, I think, 13 counties in and around the capital of Texas, which is our council, Capital Area Council. Now, you might wonder, why are we asking you to make a donation today when you already pay dues and pay every year this pack collects dues from every member? Well, those dues go to two places. One, to the unit, to cover things like this event here, and maybe end-of-year trip and stuff like that. Right? The other part of it goes directly to national. That's the national dues. None of that goes to the Capital Area Council, nor to the North Shore District. So, how do they survive? We got to pay for a lot of stuff because Capital Area Council owns real property, like Camp Tom Hood, like Smiling Bee. Everybody in this pack should know Smiling Bee. We've been out there several times. It's a great camp, and it costs money to run a camp like that. And that's a council property. That doesn't belong to National. It doesn't belong to Pack170. So none of those dues go to sustain those properties. So this is the breakdown for council. You can see on the left, this is where we get our money from. And on the right is where it goes to. Big difference in the charts. 90% of the funds for Capital Area Council goes to program in one way or another. That's a pretty good rate. The very small amount that goes to the professional staff, I think that's 2%. 8%, is that it? Yep, 8% goes into fundraising. It costs money to raise money. So a little bit for fundraising, even less for the professional staff. And this is where we get it all from, right here. Biggest chunk is Friends of Scouting, 27%. Now we've also got camping activities and foundations that give Capital Area Council some money. But Friends of Scouting is the single largest source of all the sources of income that we have. So it's very important. So this is what we can do, each one of us can do to help. On your tables, you will find a card. It may look like a full 8.5 by 11 sheet, but it separates into 3 separate cards. We also left some pens on your table. And we are asking you today to help us keep Capital Area Council funded. So we can do these fun activities, like Weeblos Extreme. Who went to Weeblos Extreme this year? You know where that was? It was out in Bastrop at council property. If we don't have funds for that, we don't have Weeblos Extreme. So it's very important. You can make a one-time donation. That's fine. If you'd like to, you can do a recurring donation. And that's awesome as well. Another thing to think about is your employer. Do they have a matching program? Anybody here work for Dell? I do. I work for Dell. And for years I was making donations and didn't realize that I couldn't just make a straight donation to Scouting and expect Dell to match it. They have a special portal that I had to go through and make my donation from there. So I will fill out one of these cards today and I'll mark down my donation, but I'll go to Dell's portal to make that donation because Dell will match it dollar for dollar. I think up to $10,000 a year they do. Each employer has their own program. Some don't do matching, some do half matching, some do full matching. Check with your employer and find out if you're not sure, because that's a way to double the impact of your dollars to Capital Area Council. We do have some thank you gifts. We have a nice magnet for anybody who makes any kind of donation. And if you make a donation at $250 or more, there's a Friends of Scouting hat. Now, I'll be honest with you. Those are just a little bit of an acknowledgement of the good that you're doing. But they also serve another purpose, and that is to get Friends of Scouting out there where others that you know might see it and perhaps take an interest. Maybe that magnet can serve to spark a conversation about Scouting with your friends and maybe spark a little interest in supporting it. So we do have those gifts. And remember, even if you can't give today, we are asking you to fill out this card because the card is our way of tracking who we've contacted. If you don't fill out one of the cards, you may be contacted by phone or in another means about Friends of Scouting because we won't know that anybody has talked to you about it. So even if you can't give, that's okay. Please fill out the card and let us know. See, I went back, didn't I? I didn't want to do that. Okay, so remember, share the love. Display the magnet or the hat, whatever it is that you get. Display that and maybe spark up those conversations. Anybody have any questions on it before I go over the card itself? Real quick. Oh, anybody got an extra pair of eyes that work better than mine?
I do. We all do.
All right, look at that. Okay, that works. All right, so up at the top, there is a place for your name, phone number, email address, billing address. All that's up there. If you know what your history is with Friends of Scouting, you can mark that down, but that's not necessary. Also over to the right under where it says thank you, you'll see that there's a place to put your unit ID. That's our pack number, 170. Our district is North Shore District. And you don't need to worry about the division or enrollment. Now the real heart of it. We've got step 1 and step 2. Step 1, please receive my pledge for 2021 of, write in the dollar amount right there, and then mark whether your company has a matching program. And what the match what the match you expect is and your company's name. Step 2, how do you want to pay it? Well, Capillary Council will take credit card. You can mail it in. You can do a one-time, semi-annual, quarterly. Now, I did quarterly a couple of years ago, and Capillary Council was very good about reminding me, and not excessively, just once. They would send me an email saying, hey, it's time for the next quarterly installment. So that works very well. You can also do monthly and tell them when you want it to start. So that's what that last one is. When do you want to start getting the reminders? You can also go directly out to stepupforscouts.org and donate directly there, or write us a check. We're happy to accept that too. Now, however you want to do your donation, please, even if you're going out online to do it, go ahead and fill out the card with the amount, because this helps us track it. And at the end of the night tonight, or this afternoon, I'm going to total it up and I'll let everybody know where we stand as a pack for Friends of Scouting. Does anybody have any questions about the Friends of Scouting program? Okay, thank you very much. And I'll turn it back over to Cubmaster Dylan.
All right, thank you, Tim. So, I didn't ever plan on getting into Scouts with my kids. But I decided that I wanted my kids to get some leadership training as nice young adults. Discovered Scouting because I didn't have the opportunity when I was a kid. So, I found myself as a den leader. Then, really quickly found myself as Cub Master. But this journey, even for me watching the kids, has been phenomenal. Yeah, it seems like every time you turn around, Scout wants to sell you popcorn, use money. But let's face it, kids are expensive. They cost a lot of money. When you put them into a program where you want them to learn and excel, it costs even more money. It's just expensive. I finally went to Weeblo's Extreme this year with my son for the first time. Just to, be support, be the dad, check it out, because I didn't get a chance to go with my daughter the 2 years earlier. And I tell you what, I was really amazed. It was so cool to watch these little kids for the first time kind of band together, figure it out, because we put our tents about 30 yards away as the adults. We can kind of hear them, not really see them, and let them kind of figure it out. And it was a really cool, eye-opening experience, which just reconfirmed that I made the right decision and was on the right track, watching these kids come together. And really, this is all preparation for getting them into BSA scouting. Now, my daughter has been in 358 for about 2 years now. She's hiding over there somewhere. There she is. And watching them go from Cubs, or her go from Cubs over there, has just been phenomenal, watching how they operate, take charge, and Mr. Irving, hi. And man, they've got some phenomenal leadership over there. And I'm sure the other units do too, but watching them forge these kids into leaders and young adults, and this is a great program. So yeah, I do encourage you to help fund it, because if we didn't have it, and we would not be giving these kids the opportunity that they really need to be forged into these leaders, because they will be leading our future in this country's future. Thank you. So please join me in welcoming Ron Smith, Arrow of Light Girls Den Leader, to say a few words. Thanks, sir.
Where are my hunters at? There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. All right. I really didn't write anything, but tried to put something down real quick, because when I see you guys and what you do, it makes me really proud, and I don't know, it's inspiring to watch you guys work together, I am proud of each and every one of you. for all the campouts and adventures, for your determination and to your kindness. You have shown time and time again what it means to be a scout. Thank you for reminding me. So now you're on to these new journeys and new adventures, new challenges. Seeing how you've handled yourselves in the past, I have no doubt you'll tackle each and every one. But be proud of yourselves and what you can do. Go forth, do good, be good. Remember where you come from. It's going to be hard as a parent to let go, but like Mr. Dillon was saying, to see you guys band together and do it for yourselves. That's what makes us better parents, knowing that we've watched you succeed. So, I'm proud of you guys, you ladies. Be strong. Thank you.
Thank you, Ron. Please join me in welcoming Christy Palm, Arrow of Light Boys Den Leader, to say a few words. It's not going to be a few.
So before I get started, I just want to say I was walking with what appeared to be a very put together new person joining Pack170. 2 kids, had an impressive setup, brought his own kitchen. It was amazing. And walking through a field, I happened to say, "What interests you?" And he said some stuff, and I said, "How about, maybe being cup master in about 6 months or so?" Without hesitation, not knowing the crazy, you totally said yes, you stepped up, and I appreciate everything that you've done. So thank you for reminding me of that story. So my journey through Cub Scouts actually started in Girl Scouts. There is a lovely lady at the back who allowed my son to come with my daughter to Girl Scout meetings. And he sat and he watched his sister learn amazing things and do awesome things. And he was like, "Mama, when do I get to do Scouts?" And I was like, "Bud, you gotta be in 1st grade. That's when this all starts." And he had a friend that they went through school with, a couple of them that are here with us now. And his mother, I don't know why she trusted me, but she goes, "You know this, why don't you find us a pack?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I did some digging and I did some research. I dropped applications off at desks at front doors. I'm sure Mr. Carl would step out the door and be like, "You have another package delivery. I don't know who from. Some crazy lady dropped it off in the morning." And so I stepped up. Now, no one here would know, but I told the previous Cub Master, I was like, I don't have time to leave. I was really with Girl Scouts. That's what I said too. I said, I'll do your paperwork in the middle of the night, but I can't do this. And I think they said something similar to me that I said to you, is I will help you. And I said, but I have Girl Scouts. I have cookies. And Mr. James goes, "That's okay. I got you in January and February. We'll figure this out." And I said, "Okay." And pretty soon, I put in an order for a Cub Scout uniform. I got yellow. As you can see, there's no one else here that has yellow. Because this was the original Den Mother uniform. And then that very same friend sent me a picture of the 1950s with the blue pants. Now, I'm not wearing the heels, and I told her I would never wear pantyhose. But I am wearing blue pants today. And so, you know, as our Cub Scouts came across, when we were Tigers, there was a lot of husbands who were fretting, especially when we said, we're gonna go plant trees. We know it's cold. By the way, we know we don't have jackets. Can we borrow yours? We bundled up. We went and did trees. We made poor Austin. We squinched him in the back seat. We did all sort of fun things. We think, Mayor Hill and Councilwoman Cedarquist, we think the Leander Fire Department has our picture up as two crazy ladies who ran in front of the the truck right past the firefighters. Like we thought we were going to be faster than traffic. We weren't. But we had dens, we had scouts who laughed and who had fun. And then second grade happened. And our little den, where I was fully involved now as the den leader, we added a couple of more friends. And those friends were amazing, and they added to us. And our parent group grew. Then third grade happened. And Cub Scouts decided to let girls in. And so our hearts doubled. And my same friend, and I'm not sure she raised her hand willingly. There might have been a lot of late night texts involved. But she stepped up for every single one of those girls and helped them through the Bobcat Academy. And then we got Miss Helen. Miss Helen helped. And then Miss Helen was like, I can't do this anymore. And that's when Mr. Ron stepped up. Now, a little bit about Mr. Ron. Mr. Ron and I are spirit animals. We both love patches. That is pretty much the only reason I think Mr. Ron is in it, is so that we can have patches together. Old friends, new friends, all sort of stuff. Finally, fourth grade. And I thought, we've got this. We've got a good group. We've got a good group of girls. We've got a good group of Cub Scouts, boys. And then we had a dad reach out. And we got a new arrow of light. And I was asked, can we get him across the finish line? My answer was yes. And I am so grateful for the Emmerts/Fernandezes to have joined. Anthony completed our den. So with all of that, with all of everything, I once was told that we don't often do the mushy stuff because that's not who we are. And since that day, I love each and every one of your children. I will be their greatest champion, cheering them from behind and celebrating all of the great accomplishments I know they're going to do. Now, some of you may not go camping with me. Mary Alice says storms follow me. I don't know what she's talking about. But I can't wait to see what these scouts do as they go to Scouts BSA. And I can't wait to continue on the new friendships and the old friendships. And because it's not said often enough, I am grateful for all the friendships. I love you. I love your kids. And I can't wait to cheer them on.
Christy and the Palms will definitely be missed. You brought so much to this program and done so much. I don't think those shoes can be filled by one person. They're a little crazy. All right, so thank you very much. Assistant Cub Master Tim, please join me.
set up here just a second. So this is actually my favorite part. Because about 3 years ago, we started reaching out to our civic leaders in our community and statewide, in fact. Because in scouting, every single rank has duty to country. And that's not just to the U.S., but to all of the elements that make it up. All the way down to the state, the counties, the cities, even your community. That's all part of duty to country. So it's an integral part of our civic responsibilities, our ongoing scouting. So we reached out to our civic leaders and asked them to recognize our World Scouts. A couple of months ago, we got a letter from one of those leaders. Well, let me correct. We got 14 letters. Maybe I should put that a little bit differently. Still, we, the pack, received 14 letters for 14 Arrow of Light Scouts. And I'm going to read you that letter. So if our Arrow of Lights could come up front, please. On the letterhead it says, State of Texas, Office of the Governor. Greetings to Sarah Mullins, Alexis Osuna, Elizabeth Palm, Kira Phillips, Delilah Putnam, Asia Smith, Jameson Bozeman, Anthony Emert, Robert Mathewson, James Orbach, Charles Palm, Alex Reich, Daniel Smith, and Levi Wickstrom. Congratulations as you graduate from Cub Scouts and earn the Arrow of Light Award. What an esteemed honor you have earned. As a scout myself, I salute you for your participation in scouting. You are maturing into an outstanding young Texan, learning important and timeless values that will serve you well in the future. I could not be more proud that you call Texas home. Dare always to dream and do. You are the Lone Star State's brightest promise for the future. First Lady Cecilia Abbott and I wish you every success today and in the days ahead. Sincerely, Greg Abbott, Governor. Congratulations, Scouts. Don't go anywhere because we have some other folks that have joined us and are here with us today to also recognize our Arrow of Light Scouts. And I would like to start with Sarah Goff from State Representative John Busey III's office, and she will be presenting certificates of appreciation from him.
Thank you first for inviting us. I'm sorry that the representative couldn't be here. It's actually his anniversary, and his wife wanted to spend the day with him. So this is from the state of Texas, and it says it's a certificate of recognition presented to the Scout, Weeblo's Scout Pack number 170 on earning an Arrow of Light, the highest award in Cub Scouting, and advancing through the ranks to Scouts BSA. Congratulations on this notable achievement. John Busey III. So I will bring this up.
Now, John Busey is also someone who has been recognizing our Scouts since we started reaching out. He and Governor Abbott have consistently provided this recognition for our Arrow of Lights. It wasn't until last year, actually, that we started reaching out at the local community level here in the Leander Cedar Park area. Last year we had Mayor Corbin Van Arsdale from Cedar Park join us. And we also had Mayor Troy Hill recognize our scouts with certificates. He wasn't able to join with family obligations to take care of. But as soon as we get these certificates done, then I'm going to ask Mayor Hill and also Councilwoman Cedarquist to join us up here. Councilwoman Cedarquist has been active in this year's Arrow of Light program. She met with the Arrow of Lights. You guys remember that, don't you? So she met with you guys to help you work on your duty to country. That's for Kira. Okay. Okay, thank you very much, Sarah. It's awesome. And as I said, Mayor Hill is with us today, and he and Councilwoman Cedarquist will be presenting certificates as well. Would you care to come up?
Well, listen, much better. First of all, thank you for allowing me to come and be a part of this. It's awesome. I can remember my very first Cub Scout den mother, and I remember it like it was yesterday, and it wasn't. So, you know, it's the investment you guys are making in children and tomorrow's leaders is much appreciated, and they're going to remember it for the rest of their lives. So just remember that every time that you think about what we're doing. You know, it pays off with dividends, absolutely. So thank you for that. So this certificate is from the City of Leander. It says, for receiving Cub Scouting's highest award, the Arrow of Light, persistent effort toward your dreams is the backbone to achievement. Your integrity, dedication, and willingness to work hard will help lead our nation in the 21st century. The certificate is issued in recognition thereof by Leander City Council on this day, March 21st, 2021, and it's signed by me. And if you take these in your parents' wallet, you can get all the ice cream you want anywhere you go. So just remember that. So, how do you want to do? Do you want them to come up stage, or you want them to come up stage, or do you want? How do you want me to do that? Okay. Sure. I also would love it if you all would come out to one of our city council meetings and do the flag ceremonies for us and lead the colors, and we would love to have you, and we would love to recognize what you're doing. So I'd love to see you do that. So please, we'll arrange that. So yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mayor. You hear that, outdoor chair? We have a date tonight.
Thank you so much. It's really neat to see y'all in person and not on a Zoom screen. It was fun talking to you earlier this year, and I'm enjoying watching the slideshow of everything that y'all have been doing. I'm so impressed. Like that knot, I have no idea what that is. It's amazing though. So when I was asked to come here and present y'all with something, I said, well, how do I get a certificate from the same agency when Mayor Hill and I both represent the same place? And so Mr. Packle recommended that I write you a letter. And so I have a letter for each one of you about your achievements. And before I give you this, I want to tell you a little bit about what y'all have really been doing all this time and talk to you about what you're going to do with your future. When I was in first grade, I joined Girl Scouts. I remember sleepovers with movies, baking bread, and learning about the people that help us in our community. And when I got older, those meetings turned into things I thought were super boring. How to carry myself in business, how to write a formal letter, and camping. So much camping. I despise camping. I think it's super gross. I don't get it. I'm sorry. You do you. It's not for everybody, and that is okay. But my scout leader would tell me all the time, you might be in a situation someday where you need these skills. And I thought, what kind of wrong turn am I going to take in my life that I am going to need survival skills? It's not going to happen. But I grew up, and so many of the things that I had learned from scouting turned out to be absolutely valuable. Being able to write a formal letter and carry myself in business situations was like a magic key that opened door after door. And eventually I became a Girl Scout leader, and I taught those same important skills to younger generations. We went on camping trips too, but now my camping trips had a dozen 7-year-olds that needed to be watched constantly, comforted at night, and prodded to be a little more adventurous without the comforts of home. And Miss Christie and Miss Deanna survivors with me. They know. Fast forward to last month, when we had the great big freeze, right? My Girl Scout leader's words ran through my head like a freight train. You might be in a situation someday where you need these skills. So in cold weather, like I had never experienced in my life, literally iced in with 2 kids, no water, a broken oven, and the threat of losing electricity at any moment, I felt completely calm because I knew what to do. All those camping trips, all the exhaustion from practicing those skills over and over, and especially all those trips keeping kids calm, I knew that even in this extraordinary circumstance, I could handle anything with whatever resources were around me. What you're receiving today is not just an award or a rank. What you're receiving is an education in the things that matter, things that can't be measured on the STAR test. You're learning to be prepared and to be trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. This experience is going to be your own magic key that opens the doors in your life. Take it.
So Scouts, I'm really kind of sad to see you guys move ahead, but I'm also happy at the same time because I know you've got some really amazing journeys ahead of you. Keep your eye on the eagle, and I hope you remember the lessons that you learned here today, the examples set by our civic leaders who have acknowledged your efforts. And thank you very much, Mayor Hill, Councilwoman Cedarquist, and Sarah Goff for joining us here today. It's really great.
All right, so Ms. Christie and Mr. Ron are to join us. If these scouts have one more award. You scouts ready to receive your arrows? Like an arrow, you know. I'd like to call up Miss Sarah Mullins first. Just so you know, this was all signed by everybody here. Okay. Congratulate you. All of love. Congratulations. Alexis Sazana, come on down. I want to congratulate you on your Arrow of Light. This was all signed by us as well. Congratulations. Miss Delilah, come on out here. There's a roar out there. I'd like to congratulate you on your Hour of Light. Congratulations. Yes. Miss Elizabeth Baum. Come on over. We'd like to congratulate you on your Hour of Light. You're welcome. Miss Asia Smith, come on down. Better not drop this one. I'd like to congratulate you on your Hour of Light. Congratulations. Ladies, you may sit down. Thank you. Congratulations again.
Alrighty, so you saw those arrows walking down. So the arrows are called career arrows, and they represent all the hard work, all the wonderful opportunities that these scouts have gotten. And so I would like to call up Robert Mathewson. Levi Wickstrom. Anthony. Jameson. Daniel Smith. James Orbach. Alexander. Charles. Arrow of Light boys, y'all may go sit down.
So as promised, I'm checking in to let you know how we've done in our Friends of Scouting campaign. And while I don't have the exact figure, our PAC has raised over $1,000 for Friends of Scouting, and that doesn't even count the matching. With matching, we're closer to $1,500. Thank you very much, everybody, for your generosity and commitment to Scouting.
All right, good job, Scouts. Those arrows are well earned. Y'all done a great job making those achievements. With Dr. Urban, Chris Cruz, and Image Lake join me along with Asia, Charles, and Elizabeth.
All right, did you ever wonder how hand sanitizer works? What's the science behind that? What's the technology behind the bottle? How do they make that? How does the pump work? The engineering? How many squirts are there in a bottle? That's the math. That's science, technology, engineering, and math. Let's put it together. It is what? STEM. Excellent, STEM. You know what STEM is. So about 10 years ago, BSA started a program called the NOVA program to tap into that curiosity that Scouts have for science, technology, engineering, and math. Who has earned a NOVA award? Raise your hand. The basic NOVA? Excellent. All right. So it is my pleasure. I am the lead volunteer for Capital Area Council for STEM. And it is my pleasure to come here and present awards to these 3 Scouts who have earned not just the NOVA Award, but something called the Supernova. So Supernova Awards are rare. They are rarer than Eagle Scouts. So every year we get about 20, 30, 40 Eagle Scouts in council, in our district. And we have about 10 maybe Supernova Awards this past year. So what you have done is very extraordinary. Congratulations to you all. Asia got hers about a month ago. You finally got the award, and do we have the medal, I assume? There may be a medal that Asia is going to get tonight. Charles and Elizabeth turned theirs in, and it was approved Thursday night at our monthly meeting. So, hot off the presses, they have also earned the Supernova Award. They'll get their medals as soon as we can get those in. So, congratulations, Scouts. No attention, so now you have it. All right, so folks, if you don't know me, my name is Chris Cruz. Been with Pack170, transferred out, transferred back, because we realized just how special this pack is, and how special all of our accomplishments and drive to push our scouts to not just achieve some of these ranks and some of these awards, but to really explore what it is to be in scouts. And one thing, coming from my perspective, as a Supernova counselor and mentor, is that we want to keep in mind just how special the scouting program is, and how unique an opportunity it is in their time of development to introduce concepts in STEM and science to their everyday lives, and especially to the scouting program as well. So, I can't really say too much about this without really getting into the vast implications of it, but suffice to say, the spark of curiosity that we initiate here at Scouting carries on throughout their lives and is so impactful, not just for them, for you individuals, but for the entire community. So, again, it's an amazing accomplishment what you all have done with the Supernovas. And to all of you who have gotten your Novas or aspire to future Supernovas, I'm here for you. We're here for you. It's going to be fantastic.
You might recognize me. I've been buddy to your kids in the Nova office hours for the past 2.5 years. Anyway, Nova is an incredible program. It is the Cub Scout introduction to the BSA merit badge process. If you haven't noticed, it's all kid-run. It's kid-driven. I've spent a whole lot of time with you guys taking over Bill Miller's and Starbucks and having your kids ask really profound questions. You guys need to keep that up. And we've also experienced watching parents cue in on the fact that it's kid-run, that parents always want to help. And they're sitting there ready to tell the kids what to say to me. And there's this point in that process when all of a sudden the parent figures out it's time for me to shut up because they're saying really profound things, asking profound questions. So my message is, even though I'm kind of phasing out for a while, kids, ask the questions. Moms, dads, go with them and shut up. And recognize this is the introduction to the BSA merit badge process where the kids decide what they want to do. They drive the process. They ask the questions. They do the work. So anyway, have fun. It's been a blast having barbecue and coffee with you guys.
And your pack is very blessed to have Emmett and Chris. Give them another round of applause.
So, the STEM program is really cool. I've had zero involvement in it. Although I recognized it and saw it and was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, somebody should do something with this. Somebody else. And first days I met Chris, I was like, hey, I heard you're a scientist. He's like, yeah. I was like, yeah. So kind of pitched it to him, and he's like, I'll think about it. And he and Emmett teamed up and made a really good STEM program in our pack. And kind of kept my finger on it, see things they would do, these awesome experiments in our packs. They were cleaning water, making filters, had all the kids out at the tables, just stuff everywhere, and making water filters. And they've done a whole bunch of different experiments with our pack, and it's just really cool to watch and learn. And, I appreciate you guys for stepping up and teaming up. When Chris had to leave for a little bit, Emmett stepped up and kept the program going. Chris came back, and here they teamed back up and going good. So I hope that is something that does stick with this pack as we move forward, because it is something amazing. So, Rob, can you please join Asia for the presentation of the religious service.
So one of the few things that I have volunteered to do at this pack is go through a chaplain's training and volunteer to be the pack chaplain. And one of the things as chaplain is we help scouts find ways to broaden their being reverent and one of the ways that they have taught us in chaplain's class is to really push for religious emblem awards. Now, every scout can earn a religious emblem at all levels. Each one has, they have one for the younger scouts, so the older scouts, only Cub Scouts, Weeblos area. And then once you cross over, as these guys are doing, you have the opportunity to earn those religious emblems as Scout BSA members. So when you guys are active with your troops, make sure you check into those also, because they're a great way to deepen your personal faith in whatever faith you are choosing to exercise. Pretty much, if I remember right, there's like over 130 different religious emblems that are representing multiple religions. So no matter what it is you guys practice as a family or individually, take a look, because you will have an opportunity to earn something. Now, Asia has gone through the process and earned her religious emblem. I would not want to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce it. Ron, how is that actually? Bismillah? Bismillah? Okay. She has earned her Bismillah award. This is the one that is for the Weeblos, the older scouts. From what I understand, the medal is on its way. Okay, so we weren't able to get it here in time for the presentation, but that is yours for now. Definitely, so we have that. If you guys have any other questions, I'm sure Aussie will be happy to talk your ear off about all of the stuff that she has learned. But if you have any other questions on any of the religious emblems of your faith, let me know, and I can help steer you in the right direction.
Thanks, Rob. Our AOL Girls Den was paired up with an older scout, Maddie Burke. Maddie worked tirelessly to help the girls learn knots, do pioneering, or to help Mr. Ron when he was struggling with being outnumbered. She is inspired to her AOL Den and has earned her Den Chief cords. Unfortunately, Maddie is unable to join us in person. However, will Scoutmaster for Troop 16, Andrea Harold, please come and receive her cords. It is our understanding that these will be presented to her next Court of Honor for the troop. Thank you, Maddie, and thank you, Troop 16. We will find those. We always do our best. Please congratulate these scouts on their achievements. Well done. As I stated earlier, these scouts did not do this alone. They had kind, caring leaders, supportive adults, and others in their lives helping cheer them on. A lot of you here with us today, Pack170 would like to acknowledge other leaders for their support. Mary Alice, Deanna, and Megan, come forward.
Our AOL leaders. Without you, we would not be here today enjoying this celebration. So we want to give you a small token of appreciation.
Miss Christie. Mr. Dylan. You're welcome. Mr. Tim. Mr. Ron.
First, he will present the next set of leaders' achievements for their service to scouting. Scout is prepared. Sorry, I'm kind of partially distracted. I have a wife that is going a little stir crazy because I have a 10-year-old son that is currently in a race car doing laps with a driver. And catching all the buzz about me.
Dylan, for your service to the pack, I am happy to award you the Cub Master's Key. Woo! So some folks think we're paid to do this job. And sadly, did I forget to tell you we aren't paid to do this job? Okay. But I always say I'm paid in smiles. And so one of the ways that we can recognize our leaders for their service to the pack is through the President's Volunteer Service Award. And so I am very pleased for Mr. Tim and Mr. Nick to join me up here so that I can give them their awards. Yes. Mr. Tim earned the silver and Mr. Nick earned the gold. We are very appreciative to their service to the pack, their service to the district, and their service to council. Thank you. Don't get seated, Mr. Nick. And Mr. Ron, will you please join me up here? The Boy Scouts of America Capital Area Council is very pleased to acknowledge both of y'all's training. Mr. Ron, for your Webelos Den Leader Training Award. Thank you for all that you do for your girls. And Mr. Nick, the Scouters Training Award for Cub Scouting. That means Mr. Nick has done lots of work over the last 2 years. And now I need Asia Smith and Miria Smith to join me on stage. So I would like to thank these two ladies for all their work in the community, to Pack170, and everything that they've done. One of us is a little bit more modest than the other one. And they're not death glares because she really does like me. Did not want to be recognized today, but your husband and I conspired, so it's really his fault. Asia, you have got the Bronze Award. Thank you very much for all your work, all that you do to help other people. Very appreciated. And thank you, Maria, for all of your work. On behalf of the AOL Dens, will Charles and Elizabeth Palm please come up to present the next set of awards? Lift up my agenda. No, underneath it. underneath it.
Good afternoon, leaders, parents, and fellow scouts. Hope you're enjoying the event. Being a scout requires discipline, hard work, being prepared, but without our leaders guiding us, we would not have accomplished everything we have. Would the following leaders please stand up? Mr. Dylan, Mr. Tim, Mrs. Christie, Mr. Ron, Mr. Rob, Mr. Emmett, Miss Miss Maureen, Mr. Chris, Mrs. Patricia, Mr. Dusty, Mr. Eric, Mr. Jim, Miss Lacey, Miss Lucy, Lacey, Mr. Nick, Mrs. Tanya, stand up. Thank you all for everything you have done to help us succeed. Scouts, please give them a round of applause. Christy Palm, come up and get your awards. Christy Palm. Lacey Putnam. Mr. Nick. Ron Smith. Mr. Dusty. Dylan Martin. Rob Mathewson. Jim Orbach. Mr. Tim. Miss Tanya. Emmett Blake. Maureen Blake. Patricia. Mr. Chris. Eric. Mr. Eric. He's coming down. Mark. Mr. Mark. Stacy Fugate. Luis. Lisa. Mariah. Miriam.
Scouts. Please join me in welcoming Patricia Cruz for a special presentation.
But throughout this whole event, I've heard a couple of words on the love language. One of those words has been journey. And that's what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today. But you guys have said a lot. So what is there left to say? Well, for this area, this journey started 27 years ago. But there's some glitches. We hit 25 years on the record with BSA this year. So, every one of our members gets one of these special little gold 25-year patches, and that is awesome. You don't see those very often. Another part of our journey, Mr. Nate, in particular, is very precise about making sure that we get this award every year. He helps us keep track of all the nitty-gritty parts, and that's the journey to excellence. It's where the BSA recognizes how great of a program this is. The ability, the inspiration, drive to get this award is one of the reasons I'm back with this pack. With my husband, when we moved into a different district, and we said, no, we're going to try that pack over there. Well, they don't have the same drive. So we said, you know what, let's continue the journey with 170, even though it's a drive. Because there are so many experiences that you guys get that are building our lives together. And I'm really glad that I get to be in a little boat with each and every one of you guys and continue this journey.
Years, 27 off the books. So that journey to excellence is something that is pretty cool. All the packs are measured. We have to turn in numbers, keep track of all these particulars I don't pay attention to because, well, Miss Christie had, and then Mr. Nick has been the driving force of it. And so far each year we've been awarded with this paddle with our number on it, and on the back they keep track of who the paddle is passed to. Frankly, there's 170 and 170 and 170, so I think we're going to keep that up for a while. Thank you all for celebrating our Old White Scouts today, the pack founding. As you're exiting, please help to clean up your area around you. It will allow all of our parents and scouts to get home sooner. I'm quoting here. Many hands make light work. Please take a cupcake with you as you exit, and there are just a handful of gluten dairy-free cupcakes, so if you're not gluten-free, dairy-free, don't take one of those. I want one. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody coming out.